All right, folks, happy International Day of Sign Languages. Today is a unique opportunity to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language users. So here to discuss how the community is coping with COVID-19 are Stephanie McIntyre Groves, co-developer, founder of PAH, Deaf Dance Community, and Kamar Groves, tutor at the Jamaica Association for the Deaf. And I don't know, I'm not certain how to pronounce, but it's Mr. Wedderburn, who is the interpreter, is also with us. Yep. Morning, everyone. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning, good morning.
I'm not certain, because it's the first time that I know that there's an International Day for Sign Languages. How long has this been going on?
International Day for Sign Languages has been going on for years. It's really an opportunity it was started by the World Federation of the Deaf, and it's an opportunity to really showcase that sign language is indeed, it's a documented language used by approximately 72 million people across the globe. And there are around 300 different sign languages across the world. And it's just a way to show that deaf people have a culture, they have language, they have their linguistic identity.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been celebrated for quite a number of years now.
How many different sign languages you said? 300 or something like that?
Approximately 300.
So
Yeah.
forgive my ignorance. So would that be like, say, Spanish and English and German and stuff, or no?
Well, you have British Sign Language, you have American Sign Language, we have Jamaican Sign Language, Japanese, Chinese, you name it. Most countries have their own sign language.
Morning, Kamar. How easy it is to learn to sign?
Well, it depends on the person themselves. It depends on them. Some persons learn it very fast, while others have a little difficult time in acquiring the language themselves. So it depends on individual, not on the language itself. It depends on persons. So you have persons that we have to be very patient with for them to improve, in which we don't expect them to learn the language in one day, but we just have to be very patient with them.
Yeah.
So we also have interpreters to assist with the language bridging the gap between the two languages. So
yeah, 10 years.
It's about 10 years, yeah, to learn the language. So it is never a one-day thing.
Yeah. Stephanie told me about the different signing or sign languages. What about the Caribbean? Would a Jamaican use the same kind of signing as a Trinidadian, as a Barbadian, or no?
Well, let me answer. Really, the Caribbean island themselves, in the past, they had individual signing, and so later on in the future, you have some missionaries from America came here in the Caribbean, from British and from all over. They came and started teaching sign language. So later on, we use individual country sign language, not one universal Caribbean sign language.
Okay.
So first, we started with the British Sign Language. We learned from them. And then later on, you have some American missionaries that came here, starting to using ASL, American Sign Language. So that influences the sign language development in the Caribbean. So we have three in all that influence it. So we have British Sign Language, American Sign Language, and Jamaican Sign Language.
Yeah.
So for our Jamaican Sign Language here in Jamaica, it is influenced by those three different languages.
Okay. Steph,
so you have some.
Steph, I want to jump in and go back to Stephanie.
Universal, and it is more influential. So yes.
Okay, Steph, what about reading lips? And in preparing for this, I was understanding that when you have the masks, it is more difficult. But why is it more difficult if you are signing?
That's an excellent question. Sign language is so unique. What many people misunderstand is that it's only the use of the hands. But sign language, to incorporate sign language and the true meaning through the language, you have to incorporate your facial expression, which includes your eyebrows, it includes your cheeks, your mouth, And it also includes body movement, very important in sign. Without those things, most times what you do with your hand has no meaning. So we need to see what the mouth does, because, for example, the sign for, the mouth has to do, if you say for, that's like what we call sign English. But in JSL, that's important in sign. It's what we call fa, 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 fa.
Yeah, but that's not reading lips though, is it?
No, it's sign language. So sign language users, including deaf people, need to see what's happening with the mouth as well.
Okay.
Reading lips is a complete different skill, which you only get approximately 30% of the information if a deaf person is to read lips. So again, the best way to communicate with deaf people is really through sign language,
Okay,
which you would need to see the mouth as well.
Yeah, I've never seen a transparent masks. Are those out there?
Yes, they are developing transparent masks. In addition to masks with just an opening for where you can see the mouth.
Fantastic. All
I
right.
believe Kamar has one. I've never seen him wear it.
All right. Finally, what happens today? What happens today?
Well, there's a lot of activity across the globe, but here in Jamaica, I know they have a lot of conferences. I believe the Association for the Deaf, they're putting on conferences. There are deaf persons within the deaf community in Jamaica also doing a lot of celebration and raising awareness of deaf culture. So if you go online on most social media platforms, you'll definitely see that. And us at PAH, P-A-H, PAH, we will be, just short messages just to raise awareness about sign language. So yeah, it's a very busy time.
Yeah, man. Great to see you all. Thanks for joining us this morning, and y'all stay safe. God bless you all. All right? Stephanie McIntyre Groves, co-developer, founder of PAH, Deaf Dance Community, and Kamar Groves, tutor at the Jamaica Association for the Deaf, and the interpreter, Denk Wedderburn. All right, folks, still to come, we take a look off the shelf, or we take a book off the shelf. You need to stay with that, but I think just before that, the second edition of News in 5 is next. I have something to tell you after that. Stay with us, please. But actually, I have something to tell you. I still don't get it right. I have something to tell you. So come.